Hello and welcome back to the A&R podcast. I'm your host Ryan,
And I'm your co-host, Addison.
and here today we are reviewing The Umbrella Academy Season 2. So in Season 2 of The Umbrella Academy, it is when all 7 people of the Umbrella Academy travel back to 1963, which then creates rifts in the timeline, which then they must unentangle and stop to make sure that there's not a nuclear apocalypse between Russia and America. So let's get right into it. So, I actually liked the opener for episode 1. Like, I thought, like, that already showed how much money that they have for these sets and the CGI, with seeing like Vanya. Well, I guess everyone except 5 facing off, I think, against communists. I think they were on the side of America, probably. Even though at the end they are suspected KGB, but like, why would they fight for the KGB?
Wait, what? All I remember were bombs going off, which was where
Well, you see
5
them
was.
fighting.
Them fighting?
Yeah. Like, so 5 like teleports in or whatever, and then he looks out and he sees that there's nukes. Everyone's getting nuked. Or not nuked, not yet. He sees everyone fighting against the KGB, and then he sees the nukes, and then Hazel saves him.
Oh, right. Hazel saved him. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I mostly remember what happened to 5 in the opening.
Mhm. Yeah. I think like right off the bat though, like with episode 1, I wouldn't say they went through it very quickly, but like you could very much tell how much money they got for season 2.
Yeah.
Because, well, I shouldn't say everything was better than season 1, but in a sense, like, I don't know, just felt.
Like they took advantage of the extra money they had to put in more fancy
Yeah,
stuff.
especially because it's based in the 60s, so they obviously had to, in a sense, 60-ify everything.
Oh yeah. I thought they did a really good job at representing the time period. Like
Yeah,
they actually like touched on so many aspects of that time.
yeah. Like, I think one of the, not the greatest thing, but like one of the things that was a good thing that they did talk about in episode 1, which did follow through, were the sit-ins of the 60s. Because
Yes.
especially, because that was like the epicenter in Dallas, Texas. Like those are where like I want to say the massive sins, but that was like more or less where the sit-ins started. I'm pretty sure. History books,
Uh,
please don't fail me
I'm
now.
not
But
sure
yeah,
I remember.
I think it was like that. But yeah, like and then like with everyone, I shouldn't say everyone's costume. Again, I didn't exactly like the fact that five needs a wardrobe update. I'm sorry,
Oh my
but
gosh, yeah.
why?
He can't just be in the same costume for that long.
It's so, I don't know. He's so bland.
Wait, everybody spent different times, didn't they? Like, so one of them like spent
Yeah.
like 5 years, and then 5 like spent. I don't know. He didn't spend much
He
time at
jumps at
all
the
because
beginning. Yeah.
yeah, because he was still like only
Yeah.
14 days older than his past self, who had only gone.
Just yeah.
Yeah.
I think the person who, so I think in the order it was, I think Klaus was the first one. Klaus and Ben, because they dropped in 1960.
Hmm.
Al Allison dropped in 1961, I think,
Yeah, that would make
maybe.
sense.
Um, and I think so did Diego, and then Luther and Vanya both dropped in 1962-ish,
Okay.
I think. And then 5 was there for 1960. Because I know Luther was 60. Yeah, Vanya and Luther for sure, because Luther says that he's been there for a year, and then same with Vanya. And I remember Klaus was the first one. And I'm pretty sure Diego was 61 because I think that would just make the most sense. Because
Yeah.
he's obviously been in an insane asylum, which is what they called them back then,
Yeah.
for quite some time for trying to assassinate JFK's assassinator. But yeah.
Oh
Well, ooh,
gosh.
one of the things I really did like that I saw, or not that I saw, but that I heard, the soundtrack. So the soundtrack, it wasn't all 60s music, obviously,
Hmm.
because I did like I forget which episode, but there was I think, whichever episode the first Swedish guy gets killed by the bomb, they play a Swedish version of Adele's Hello, which
I
I
know.
loved that.
I thought that was really
And
cool
then,
too.
yeah, that was amazing. And then the part where Lila and Five were first facing off in what looked like an abandoned like warehouse, they were playing kind of like a rock and roll version of Bad Guy from Billie Eilish.
I also thought that was really cool. Yeah, those are
Yeah.
like literally the two songs that I was like, wow, that's just so cool.
Yeah. So like they really knew how to carry like I shouldn't say the music carried the season because I think the whole thing itself was really good. It was a really good show. One of the things I did have to say, a li- like I kind of wish they got to this part faster, but I feel like the characters don't work good by themselves in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, but I just thought, like, I feel like I shouldn't say they always need someone, but they more or less kind of do. Because I like seeing them really work together, especially in episode 9 and 10. But, like, I think they really get together in episode um 5, I think. Yeah, 5, because I said the reunion. I like the reunion. Yeah, so, 4 episodes of them not with each other, I, I didn't really like it because for me, like, it was okay because Vanya had Sissy and Harlan and Carl, so I think that worked because she had people to bounce off of, and then
Hmm.
Diego had Lila to bounce off of. But honestly, Lila's just kind of the female version of Diego, which is like I talked about this when we talked about cursed foil characters. I feel
Ah,
like
yes.
they should have like because obviously Lila is written to be kind of like the badass femme fatale character. And like obviously that's not bad to have, but it's just like that's all she was, in my opinion.
Yeah, that is
And I
true.
really didn't like her arc either. She was so like I really liked her. I really wanted to like her, but then like she's like, "Oh, actually I'm evil." I'm like, "Okay, shut up. Don't care. Go die."
Oh
I
my
didn't like
god.
Lila. Like her arc for me just tanked because she went from being kind of like so I kind of gave her and Diego kind of a Bonnie and Clyde vibe, but then it just tanked because then she kind of turned into a little brat with mommy issues. And I was like,
Yeah, she is kind
can
of.
you not? Yeah. Like so like these characters work. They just need other characters to bounce off of. So
Yeah.
yeah. And like their arcs throughout the season I thought were pretty I thought they were pretty good, actually.
Yeah. The thing with them needing other characters, I think, is that I guess just throughout their childhood, they were forced to depend on others being a team. Like, you see at the funeral scene where
Yeah.
Sir Reginald Hargreaves is like,
Oh
y'all
my
failed
god.
me.
Yeah, I
Or
had
no, you didn't.
notes for
You failed
that.
your brother, is what it was. Not you failed
Yeah.
me. But I mean, same difference, right? He.
Yeah, he blames them for Ben's death. And I did quick calculations. They're about 17 when that happens.
Oh.
Because, so that happens in 2006. They were adopted October 1st, 1989.
Hmm.
They're 17 years old, about. So you're telling 17-year-old, maybe even 16-year-old kids that they're the reason their brother died.
Yeah, it's not
That's
very nice.
traumatizing.
Yes, it is very
And
traumatizing.
yeah. And I think possibly that's maybe where Diego kind of got his hero complex from,
Yeah.
which is kind of weird. Because obviously, like, after they all, like, oh my god. And then Vanya was like, don't worry, guys, it's not your fault. And then Diego was like, you weren't there, Vanya. I was like,
It's like,
Diego, can you shut up? You don't think that she would want to be there?
yeah, like, she's not allowed to be there, dude.
Yeah. Like, I would watch your mouth. She's about to try to murder you twice in about, like, 15 years, bruh. So
Oh
act
god.
right or go night-night.
Act right or go night night. Oh my god.
Yeah. And I did do like a head count thing. Yeah, so 5 wasn't there either. So what was that? Which that was actually really interesting. So 5 never knew that Ben died, right?
I guess not.
Because
Well,
5 was
yeah.
15 when he jumped into the future, like in season 1. So
Oh,
what
that
was
is
really
really
interesting,
weird.
yeah, what was really interesting. Well, I guess not in season 2, but just I guess back in season 1, we never really saw Five's reaction to Ben.
Yeah, he's just kind of like, all right, we gotta save the world. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess it goes along with like his tunnel vision, but still, like, he
yeah,
probably should have been a little bit more alarmed that his his brother that was there isn't there anymore.
yeah. And then also it seems I had a few more notes for that death scene. So yeah, you do see young Klaus and young Ben. I think their interactions are actually pretty funny. Or like I
Yeah.
guess the one interaction they had, but also for some reason it seemed like the actor that they got to play for Klaus, like young Klaus, he sounded well, not exactly the same, but he sounded very, very similar. And I guess obviously, but he sounded very, very similar to the actor who plays Klaus in the current timeline.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but yeah. And then also he is drinking alcohol at 17, so maybe that's where he got his.
Yeah.
But he was never addicted to alcohol. He was addicted to drugs.
I mean,
So
alcohol is a drug, but
like drugs, like cocaine and stuff.
yeah. I think maybe like as he got older, he probably started trying more,
Hmm.
you know, and then
Yeah.
like went, "Oh, this is a better fix than that, so I'll be more addicted to this."
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I actually did like about season 2 was just the insanity of it.
The
Like,
insanity, yeah.
just like in season 1, they really don't stop to try to explain everything, more or less. Which there's the one scene of explaining the scene where 5 describes, I think it's called paranormal psychosis.
Paranormal psychosis, yeah.
No, wait, is it paranormal? Shoot. Paranoia psychosis?
Yeah. Paradoxical?
Something. That's what it is. Paradox psychosis.
Yes, paradox psychosis.
Thank you. Yeah. So when Teen 5 just stands in front of the camera and he looks like straight at it, and then he just lists off the sign there, I thought that was really funny.
Yes.
Speaking of, though, okay, I had a few things about 5 this season. Number one, I don't know why, like, it just seemed like in the first few episodes, instead of seeming like a 50-year-old trapped in a 15-year-old's body, he sounded like a 15-year-old. I
Hmm.
don't know why. But then like in episode 4 it just picked up where he sounded again like he knew what he was talking about, which I guess obviously makes sense because in the first few episodes all he knows is that there's going to be the apocalypse in the coming week and he doesn't know how to stop it or even what causes it in the first place, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, that was one thing. Also another thing, every interaction with the handler is disgusting. It's so gross. Like, she's always sexualizing Five. And I know,
She is.
obviously, he's like 58 in a 15-year-old's body, but the actor himself right now is 16. He turned
Oh
17 in
no.
December, so possibly he could have been 15 when they shot this. And what
It's
actually
so
really made
bad.
me kind of realize this was the comment where the handler, so when Five gives the handler the fish and she gives him the bat or the briefcase, then she says, "Oh yeah, you're filling out your shorts." I was like,
Oh.
"Ma'am, no.
No, no.
This is a child." That was just so, I don't know. I really didn't like it. Like, and it's like not even like funny in any sense. It's just gross, which I guess could be like a testament to how you're not supposed to like the handler because she's gross and she says stuff like that. But like well, it's never okay to sexualize someone, no matter what their age. But like, especially the fact that IRL, the actor, was probably about 15 when filming this, and Kate Walsh, who plays the handler, I don't know. She's at least older than 30, so
Yeah.
she's at least twice his age. So that was a little gross.
Yeah, it
So
was not great.
yeah, but other than that, I thought Five really brought it, or I guess the actor Aidan Gallagher really brought it for Five this season. I think was he was really funny. I think what my favorite episode was actually the episode where he is meeting his quote young, or not quote, his
Older.
actual younger self.
Oh, younger
His
but
older
older.
younger
Ooh,
self.
that.
His older body younger self. I thought that was really good because he really brought it in like the very like maniac sense. Like obviously Five is like always a little crazy in the head,
Hmm.
but the actor really brought it for that episode. So like
Yeah.
props to him. And I think that was the episode, what was that? 5? Yeah. Sorry, not 5. 8.
Episode 5.
Because I loved Five talking to the camera. That was pretty funny. When he's
Yeah.
explaining the 7 stages of that.
That was pretty good. Oh gosh. I thought it was a little childish to make one of the symptoms farting, but
Yeah.
it's it's still good.
Which honestly I thought, okay, what I did really like about, like, I'm gonna just keep going on Five,
Yeah.
especially that episode 8, when Five creates the portal. So, and then what was really interesting was, so he did math, right? He's
Yes.
like, it's not 5.8, it's 0.58, right? For the correct
Yeah.
math to keep his body. So, from what it seemed like Five was also doing improper math than when he was creating his portal, right?
Um,
Because here's why.
yeah.
Older body, younger Five gets kicked through the portal by Luther. If Five had the correct math of 0.58 instead of 5.8, then his body would have changed.
I know that's what I it would it just makes sense that it would be that 5 would do the wrong math so that it keeps the right timeline, sort of.
Yeah,
But then again, like
yeah.
it's not like he
Because,
gains new memories.
yeah.
Time
Well,
is
no,
weird.
because, yeah, like, I think with the show they're kind of just loose on that, which
Yeah.
personally I think it's okay. But what I've like with you said like the memories thing,
Hmm.
honestly, in a sense, I think he kind of did get those memories because so the part where Luther and the two Fives are walking and Teen Five is talking to Luther, and Luther pretty much exposes younger. I'm gonna say younger as in the older man, and teen as in older
Hmm.
Five, but he's teen body. So when
Yeah.
Teen Five is talking to Luther, and Luther exposes younger Five's plan to kill Teen Five,
Yes.
or not really exposes it, but lies, and then Teen Five knows exactly what he's gonna do. It seems like that was the memory kind of getting implanted in. Like he
Oh
said,
yeah.
I know, because that's exactly what I would do. I kind of took it as, I know, because I tried to do that 14 days ago, so I know how this is gonna play out
Yeah.
to a certain extent. Obviously to the portal, which I think one of the funniest parts about the portal thing was, so as we saw before when Klaus threw in the fire extinguisher in episode 1, and then in this episode it just smacks Luther right in the face. I thought
Yeah.
that was hilarious.
It was pretty funny.
So yeah, and ooh, that actually reminds me, the cinematography this season, who boy,
Whew.
it was so good. Like, I think one of my favorite cinematography scenes, actually, it was only like one scene, but I really did like it. When you learn about Lila's past, so as we know, she is one of the 43 children with superpowers.
Yeah.
She has like mirror powers or something like that. Um,
Yeah.
I forget which episode you see her train, but there's a scene where she does a back handspring and the camera follows with her. I thought that was really good. I'm not sure if they used a gyroscope camera on that or they actually like somehow did it like in post. And just if anyone wants to know what a gyroscope camera is, it is, so it's a camera Bluetooth connected to like another piece. It's usually like stickered onto someone's chest, and it moves with their body. So when so when the actress did her back handspring, the camera rotates with the thing on her chest.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
that's why she always stayed kind of in a sense of vertical in frame, and
Hmm.
that's why the world turned like perfectly and she always stayed like that. So I thought that was really cool. I really liked that scene. Just overall there were lots of really good scenes. There were lots of boom shot scenes, which like the boom, I think one of my favorite boom shot scenes was possibly, I can't really think of it. I think the only one I can really think of now is well, no, that wasn't a boom shot scene. I was gonna say the scene where Diego is fighting the two Swedish men,
Oh
and
yeah.
it kind of pulls in and out of the windows. I know that
Mhm.
wasn't a boom shot scene. I did like that scene. Like they did really good with like that, as we talked about before.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that actually reminds me. Lila also needed a wardrobe outfit. I think she had three sets of clothes. She had her mental hospital gown. She had one right after her and Diego broke out, and then she had some assassin uniform.
Everyone needs an assassin uniform.
I guess. Okay. Uh, so one of the I shouldn't say the big thing, but one of the things this season was Vanya and Sissy. Did you like that? In your opinion,
um,
yes or no?
I mean, yeah, I liked that she had a happy life, but at the same time, like a happy life with her. I mean, minus, the whole she is a husband thing and a
Yeah.
kid. I mean, the kid part was pretty good too. But
Hmm.
I didn't like how conveniently they used her, I guess, what is it called? Amnesia. I don't like how they just conveniently gave her amnesia. Like,
Yeah.
we won't have
Which
to deal with
they
this.
didn't really they didn't really explain that well. Because I wasn't sure if it was from getting hit by the car or her going Omega in season 1.
Yeah, I personally think it was probably going Omega uh,
You-
that did it,
Yeah.
and maybe
Which,
combined with time
getting hit
travel
by a car.
and
Oh, yeah.
and
Getting
being
hit by
hit
a
by
car.
a car. There was a lot of things that happened in like the span of a few minutes.
Yeah.
to her.
Which also, I guess our theory was wrong about how Vanya is like has all the powers of everyone else.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like she has more of like an energy power, which was really cool, and they did use that very well. Like especially with the part where Harlan drowns like an idiot, stupid,
Oh,
and then she like literally lifts up the pond. That was so cool,
I
and
thought it was so well
that
done.
was my favorite boom shot scene. Cause like it's like the camera somehow like slowly descended through the water, and then like it's like right on the banks, and then you see like Vanya running and pull Harlan out. That was so good,
It was
so good.
really cool.
And obviously, I shouldn't say obviously. They're probably gonna get season 3 because that would be their last season. Cause the third comic Hotel Oblivion, which came out last year, is the final comic. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, makes
hopefully they get
sense.
season 3, and probably we come out probably in 2022
Yeah, that would
because
make
they
sense.
said it would take 18 months, and the way that Corona's going, possibly filming might open up back in January. If not, then by hopefully maybe June or July, and then we could get it by December 2022.
Yeah.
But yeah, because like obviously as shows, if they're good and people like them, they get more funding.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm really happy and hoping to see that. But yes, okay, the Vanya and Sissy plotline though, in my opinion, I didn't really like that, and here's why. Ellen Page is gay.
Hmm.
Cool,
Cool.
obviously, but that doesn't mean that you have to make her character gay, because I didn't read the comic book that season 2 I think is based on, which is Dallas, which is what it's called. I'm pretty sure there's no love thing between Vanya and Sissy. Honestly, I could be wrong. I could very much be wrong. But if that's not in the comic and they just add that in, don't like it. Here's why. I think what could have been better is maybe like Carl is in Carl and Sissy are in an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Cause like just like I don't want to say we already had a gay plot line with Klaus and Dave, but like I said Dave so weird. I said Dave. Like,
Dave.
oh my god. Dave this season made me want to kick him in the face. He was so
Oh,
annoying.
how dare.
He
I
was
mean, I
so
guess.
American as
Yeah.
well.
He
He like
was.
looked like he got the buzz cut type haircut. I'm like, okay, Dave, we get it. You're American. Can you
Yeah.
not?
I guess I don't blame you for not liking him, actually.
Yeah. But yeah. Like I think Vanya and Sissy should have been more of, instead of like a loving pair, I think they should have been more like a Thelma and Louise type thing,
Hmm.
where they were gonna drive off into the sunset with Harlan. Because so in episode 2 I already got gay vibes off them. And then I think in
Yeah.
episode 4 I said, I swear to God, if Sissy and Vanya kiss, I'm gonna kill myself. Stop making non-queer characters queer just because the actor is queer. Because that is a thing that
No, but
TV
like,
people do though.
her character was pretty queer from the beginning. I mean, just fashion
How
wise.
do you know?
Fashion
Okay,
wise.
fashion does not determine sexual orientation though.
Yes, but like, I don't know, Ryan. Fashion wise, it was pretty gay. Um,
So you're saying she dressed like a bisexual?
yeah.
She's got those cuffed jeans,
Yeah.
flannel.
She only wears collared shirts. I don't know, not
That
many straight
that is
people
true.
wear only
That is
collared
true.
shirts.
Okay. Maybe.
Okay,
May-
maybe.
Maybe they were like, since we have Ellen Page, maybe we could give her a female love interest in season 2.
Yeah, cause like I mean, when Vanya in the first season like had that relationship with whatever his name was, um,
Leonard.
yeah, I was like thinking like I thought you were like I mean, okay, maybe
You were
you're
one
just
way, but
being
you're
in
the
this
other.
relationship because he's the only person who has really shown you this, you know, nice
Love.
kind love. Yes, love. But then again, like she might be bisexual. She probably is.
Well, she is because she hooked up with Leonard,
Yeah.
and then she hooked up with Sissy. So she's bisexual, maybe pansexual.
Yeah.
But I doubt she's pansexual because what was the best way? Usually writers don't try to veer into queer topics if that's not what the show is about.
Yeah.
But yeah, personally, yeah, like with Sissy and Vanya, I don't know.
I guess it was
Because
also
I,
kind of able to do another push for homophobia at the time. But then again,
yeah,
we already got a lot of that with Claus. But at the same time, like, why not make her
yeah,
gay or in a
yeah.
relationship like that?
And what was actually really, what I think they should have done more about that is, okay, so Carl in the beginning, I thought he was nice. And then halfway through the season, I'm like, okay, he's evil. But then the end when he's trying to, quote, save Harlan, genuinely, I thought Carl was nice. Like, I think Carl is a misunderstood character, and he's homophobic because that was the time being homophobic was,
Hmm.
quote, in. And
Yeah.
I think I talked about this before. I forget what we were. I'm not sure if we talked about this on the podcast. No, we did when we talked about pose. Acceptable homophobia in quotes. Obviously, no homophobia is acceptable, but it's understandable why he's homophobic because he is like
Yeah.
it's unnatural. It's like, of course, this is the '60s. You're dumb. So
Yeah, it does definitely have a lot to do with his education. Like,
yeah,
he's not in an environment that's teaching him,
yeah,
I guess, how to be nice, kind of, but also how to accept others. Accept others, that's what it is. Because he's also having a hard time accepting his son. Um,
yeah. Which I think so. What is his son?
I believe
His
his
son is
son,
mute
he's,
for sure, right?
yeah, I believe he's autistic because he
Okay.
did a lot of stimming, and also had like a few meltdowns.
Yeah. He's autistic. You might be right. I actually didn't think of what he could be. I was like, I was trying to run through the things, and I like all of them were getting cut off like immediately. I was like, he doesn't have ADHD, obviously. He doesn't have ADD, neither OCD, neither schizophrenia. And I couldn't
Yeah,
really like, I didn't really realize, but yeah, as you were saying, possibly he has autism.
yeah. I've been watching a lot of TikToks from people who are autistic talking about it and whatnot.
Hmm.
So I
Talking
sort of
about the
picked up
show
on
or
that.
just
Talking
autism?
about autism in general.
Oh wait,
And
actually, you know what? Sorry, finish your
okay.
piece, and then I'll.
Okay. I was just gonna say, and they also talk a lot about how, autism speaks is really bad because they're like trying to treat autism as a disease, like that needs to be cured and fixed, which I thought was the mindset that Harlan's father was in, where it's like,
Yeah,
my son is diseased, he needs help, he needs to be sent to a facility, which
yeah,
was probably the mindset at the time
yeah.
for a lot of
Which is
people.
why I think Harlan, or not Harlan, sorry, Carl was actually a good character. It's just he was
Hmm.
miseducated. But also, I did want to say, now that I'm thinking about it, Harlan's kind of like, oh my god, what is his name? The boy from Speak,
Oh, from
right? Wait,
Speak.
that's the show, right?
No, I think you're thinking of. Oh
Oh,
shoot,
what's this?
Wonder. Wonder? No,
No, no, no, no.
not
The show
Wonder.
that you showed me before, where there's two seasons, and it's the kid, and there's the thing with the Amelia sequence.
Oh, Oh, yeah. Uh, my favorite show, and I can't even remember the name. Touch.
And
Touch.
Touch. Yes, 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 yes. Touch. Yes. With the boy Jacob, which is
Yes.
played by the same kid who I think played young Batman in Gotham. That is kind of what. Now thinking about it, it kind of reminded me. Jacob and Harlan kind of reminded me, or they Harlan reminded me of Jacob. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. But what was actually really interesting, and I feel like should have been a little more explanation, was so the one of the end things, the end arcs, was that Harlan somehow got some of Vanya's power,
Yes.
right?
He did.
So
She like blew
she,
it into him.
sh that didn't sound weird at all.
I'm sorry, but she did because
She gave him
she.
mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Yes,
That's
and
what
so she
it's
blew
called.
like her powers into his body.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah. So so I feel I feel like there should have been a little more explanation of that because like how it makes it seem like her powers are transferable, which is weird
Yeah.
because wouldn't that mean that somehow maybe Leonard might have gotten some of her powers?
Um,
Just
I
saying.
don't think it wasn't the intent was there though to like rescue,
Yeah.
I guess, to like
Mhm.
save a life. So she's like
Yeah.
giving up some of her life force to save. Hmm.
Possibly.
But now they're like the same person. It's kind
Yeah.
of weird.
And it's not like Vanya became weaker after giving up some of her power to Harlan.
Yeah, it's kind of like
If anything, she became more powerful.
yeah, there's like this thing with cells where um you like two cells can touch and then when they like go away from each other, they if one's affected, the other's affected, which
Hmm.
could be the case like with some type of thing in there. I have no clue what I'm trying to bring science into this. That's not working.
Yeah, because this is a show about super people, so like, yeah.
Yeah, that also was pretty convenient that somehow Vanya just learns she has superpowers in a field. She's like, okay, I know how to use my superpowers perfectly, and I believe everything you're telling me. What?
Yeah.
It's
Wait,
like she
but
was
yeah,
just brainwashed, like easily. What?
yeah, because the first time that she used her powers were when the Swedish dudes were attacking her in the cornfield, right?
Yeah. And like,
And then she like stops the bullet and then like goes Omega style and just blows up kind of like the cornfield. Which that was also a really cool boom shot where we see Five walk over to Vanya and then like he kind of leads her out into the open area where she went like she just kind of made a giant circle of more or
yeah.
less death kind of around her.
Circle of death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
That was
which
just kind of
obviously
weird
shows
how
yeah.
she just doesn't question it. And like,
Yeah.
could anyone have come up to her and been like, "You're my sister," and she had believed them? Because that's kind of what it felt like. She was just like,
Yeah.
"All right, sure." I mean, we're two different
Yeah.
races, but sure.
That is true, yeah.
Because like,
Cause so
what?
now we know. So Vanya is Russian.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Which okay, yeah. So Vanya was adopted from Russia, it seems. Luther was probably adopted from America, maybe. I don't know.
Um, yeah, that would
Probably
make sense.
same with Allison. Maybe Diego was adopted. Maybe I don't know. Because he obviously traveled around the world to collect all these people.
Yeah, to
Maybe,
collect them. He loves collecting
maybe
them though. Like, oh,
I don't know. So yeah, I don't know where I'm trying to go with that. Well, no, I'm just going with the point of yeah, they're like different races.
Yeah.
because Diego is Latinx, Ben is
That
Asian.
was funny. How on the news they were like, uh, this is Diego, he's Cuban, and he's like, I'm Cuban?
So
Like that's news
yeah,
to me.
yeah, it's like, wait, how did they know?
They probably just assumed. Yeah, but wait, how did they know
Racism.
their names and all this information about them?
They actually did know a lot because the reason that they knew Vanya was because KGB, because she was interrogated as KGB. Luther was obvious because he worked with the mob boss. Diego was sent to the insane asylum. Klaus started a cult, so his name would probably have been floating around.
Yeah.
Vanya was very active in the political scenes. That makes sense. And the only person that they didn't recognize was this child right here is being held hostage by these KGB terrorists.
Yeah.
I thought that was very funny. Wait, speaking of, because we were kind of speaking about that before, kind of things that need explanation. The whole brain eating scene.
Oh.
What was that?
Um, I think that
Like,
was more of like a she was talking to her subconscious rather than anything else. Oh. Then
possibly
again,
though.
then
But
again,
okay,
Ben was there. But then again, like Ben
yeah,
kind of
that
goes
was the
into
weird part.
people's subconsciouses, right?
Yeah, but you only really
Mm,
see Ben. Like Vanya only really recognizes Ben when he sits in the chair, takes over her person, and tries to calm her down in episode 9. Which I was actually really happy because it showed Ben actually doing something.
yes,
And I
he
thought Ben's
did
speech
something.
about inclusion and acceptance of yourself was good. And then Ben's speech or not his speech, when he actually like died. Oh, that was so sad.
Oh, so sad.
Very sad. But yeah, like the dream sequence was a little weird, but I think it was okay. Like it was okay, but there should have been an explanation behind that. Because like yeah, I guess it makes sense that she's talking to her subconscious, like deep rooted memories in a sense.
Yes.
Kinda.
Yeah.
And I also did like the violin playing in the background. I always love it when they have like the violin playing in the background from Vanya because obviously that makes sense as she is the quote white violin. But
The
yeah,
white violin. Yes, yes.
yeah. But again, when lady, she's also the reason that the apocalypse starts again, and I'm like, girl, stop it. Stop creating apocalypses.
Yeah. Stop
Like
creating apocalypses.
like I literally wrote this. Vanya yet again starts the apocalypse for a second time. Just kill that girl.
Oh,
I, I'm sorry, but
but
like
she
if
didn't.
Vanya's yeah, well, yeah, she obviously didn't die, but yeah, like kill her, maybe. Oh no, would
Maybe.
save you a lot of time and energy and whatever. But yeah, and I think we possibly might have talked about this last week, but the plot line with Reggie being Reginald, sorry, so Reginald Targreaves, if you
Oh
will,
gosh, yes.
being an alien, I did like that. I did like how they actually kept that in.
Yeah, and then I guess it kind of alludes to that I mean, theories for next season, he'll probably be the big bad evil guy.
Possibly, yeah. Maybe it'll be Umbrella Academy versus Sparrow Academy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Umbrella Academy versus Sparrow Academy. He named Umbrella Academy after the place being an umbrella shop, right?
Yeah,
Previous.
that
So,
is
what was this a
correct.
sparrow shop before in this world?
I guess, yeah. Which okay, which I think so. I have a good amount of notes about episode 10. So may I go through them all and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
we can possibly. So one of the first few things that I did like about or not like, but I found very interesting. So we know Diego can throw knives and stuff.
Yes.
He can throw, I guess, not just knives, but any object. But he can also control bullets,
Yeah, maybe he
which I
like.
thought was actually really cool to see.
Mhm. It was really cool.
Yeah. And then, so Lila, she has mirror powers. I feel like it was weird in the sense that she had mirror powers. So the two times that we really see her, or the few times that we see her use mirror powers, is against Vanya, Five, and Allison,
Yeah.
and kind of Luther. But okay, so let's start with Vanya. I think possibly the way that she mirrors powers is she sees the power, and then she can mirror the power.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe it could be that like she's able to mirror the abilities of the other person, so like maybe it also works with not just powers, but like I
Fighting
don't know.
style as well,
Yeah,
possibly.
possibly.
It did seem, which kind of would be weird though, because so the part when Five kicks her butt for the first time and almost crushes her throat,
Yes.
he comments about how she fights like a commission.
Yeah.
So
Oh, then
possibly
yeah.
not. But yeah, so that was
Oh.
so okay, so when she mirrors Vanya's powers, that kind of makes sense on why she has the bubble. But so what was really weird, okay, and then Five's also made sense because she saw Five teleport a lot actually, so she knew how to mirror that. But
Uh-huh.
Allison's power didn't make any sense. How did, like, I shouldn't say how did she mirror that, but so Allison says, "I heard a rumor," and then somehow Lila just like was like not block. She doesn't even, she's finishes like, heard that you stopped breathing, or that you stopped breathing, or whatever. Which is weird because I thought that Lila would have to really actually say, "I heard a rumor that you stopped breathing," instead of just that you stopped breathing.
Wait.
I don't know.
I heard a
And
rumor that you
was
stopped breathing versus. Wait.
so
What's the
okay.
two
So
again?
what happens? Sorry. So when Allison and Lila are fighting, Allison says, "I heard a rumor," right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which, two things about that. Number one, every time she says, "I heard a rumor," the person's already under her control. So explain.
Yeah.
Like you see their eyes go wide as soon as she says, "I heard a rumor." She doesn't even have to finish her sentence. She usually takes two breaths. She's like, "I heard a rumor that you killed your brother,"
Yeah.
or "I heard a rumor that you stopped hitting my husband," instead of, "I heard a rumor that you stopped hitting my husband." But anyways, so that's one thing.
Yeah.
She's got to stop taking pauses, but whatever.
Oh my
But
god.
yeah, it does seem like they're under her control. But so Lila mirrored her power, right?
Mhm.
But Lila only had to say that you stopped breathing. She didn't have to say, "I heard a rumor."
Oh. Wait, she didn't say I heard a rumor?
No, that was just Allison. Allison said that, and then like Lila was like not blocked.
Weird.
Which,
So maybe
yeah,
her
it's weird.
powers are the same as the other person's, but more powerful.
But
My
it's not
god.
like more powerful though. That's like the thing, because it's exactly the same.
I guess, yeah.
So like like I don't know.
I don't
They
know.
should they should have done something about that. But also, what was really well, I shouldn't say really weird, but so okay, we see Five teleport with Diego, and then Diego like comments about how he's gonna vomit, right?
Mhm.
So maybe Lila did this off screen, but she never practiced teleporting, right?
No, she didn't, I don't believe.
So you would think that she
Oh.
would be kind of. Oh wait, okay, two things. Number one, so when Lila and Five are fighting for the first time, Lila keeps moving places, and it doesn't really. It's like I was a little confused, but now I kind of get like maybe she was teleporting, and Five just didn't realize that.
Yeah.
But like also, So, like, I guess she did practice up on that because, like, you would think that she would feel sick or something after teleporting so many times.
Hmm.
But yeah, so there's that. Um, I felt like the end was kind of a Deus Ex Machina, in a sense, like where went back in time for a few seconds.
Oh yeah.
Like it obviously made sense because he was talking to Reggie, and Reggie was like, "Oh yeah, maybe you should just try a few seconds." So like it kind of made sense, but like I don't know, it felt a little weird. It was better than when we watched Cursed, where like Death just gave Nimue the sword, and then Nimue was like, "Hiya, decapitation." But
Yeah.
yeah, so I thought that was a little annoying, but I think it was fine. Here's one thing though. Everyone got their moment except Klaus, which was really weird. Because I thought at the end, when we see Dave get on the bus to go wherever he's gonna go, I thought he was gonna see Klaus. And I thought he was gonna not get on the bus.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, why did they even keep that in if they weren't gonna like fix anything?
Yeah. Like why like that it didn't really feel finished. Cause like so Ben got his moment when he saved Vanya from exploding. Vanya got her moment when she saved Harlan. Allison got her moment when she was talking or when she was writing to Ray.
Hmm.
Luther got his moment when he saved Allison. Five had multiple moments. And then Diego with Lila in the talk in the barn. And then I guess
Yes.
Vanya also had that moment of where her and Sissy.
Yeah.
But Klaus never got a moment. And it was weird.
It was.
So a little mad about that. Because I genuinely did think that they were gonna somehow like maybe fix this whole Dave situation. Because so we know the reason why Dave went off to war, which was because he felt like an outsider to his family and he didn't feel like quote a man. So he was gonna go to war to prove himself, right?
Hmm.
And in theory, since he did sign up a few days actually before he did originally, then maybe Klaus did technically save him because maybe he won't die wherever he's going.
True, yeah. Because he would have a
So
different mission due to not being
yeah,
sent out. Was he sent
yeah.
out? He was sent out after the president died, no?
I'm not sure. We learned that he signed up the day that Kennedy got assassinated.
But this time he didn't.
Yeah, he did it the same day that he punched Klaus in the face in the diner.
So there's possible hope for him.
Yeah, but I doubt we're gonna see him.
Yeah, we
So,
probably won't.
and then so when they time travel back to 2019, and then we learn about the Sparrow Academy. What was weird? Okay, so we see Ben's portrait on the wall, right?
Yes. Oh, that is
And
really weird, actually.
yeah. So originally it was Fives because Five had disappeared 17 years prior.
Hmm.
So that made me think, okay, did Ben disappear? And then again, when we see the actor who plays Ben like kind of stand in front of the Umbrella Academy and be like, Dad, who are these people? Number one, why did they have him? That looks so weird because I thought that they were trying to pull like the fact that he was 17, and I'm like, bruh, nah, just get the child who played young Ben. This is kind of gross.
Yeah,
Why
he
does
kind
he
of
look like a child? He's trying to pull off looking like a child, but he's like 30 or something. Like no,
30 or something. Yeah, he kind of looked weird, like kind of creepy.
yeah. And then we saw all the children who were like standing on the platform or not the platform, the second story, looking down at the Umbrella Academy. And I was like, okay, they're children, so what's that all about?
Yeah, wait, he is like so he's definitely older than them.
Yeah, it's just like weird.
Weird.
Which, yeah. So my theory of how they messed up the timeline, I think, is this. All the conversations that they had with Reginald because they talk about things that he doesn't think about until later. The space station, for example, adopting the children in 1989,
Mm-hmm.
teleportation, stuff like that. So if he knows that that's possible in the future, he's going to start working on it now so that he can accelerate his quote timeline.
Yeah.
So I think that's possibly how they messed with the timeline. Because for me, I thought, okay, the best way to fix the timeline is to go back in time, actually, go back in time first, and then jump forward in time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess in theory, the best possible way would be because so we know that no matter where they jump, they'll jump, which is weird. Well, okay, it makes sense, but also is a little weird.
Okay.
So, season 1, we had episodes 6 and 7 called The Day That Wasn't and The Day That Was, right?
Yeah.
5 jumps back a day using his teleportation.
Yes.
Wouldn't there be 2 5s? If the same laws apply, like, which is weird. Like, I could kind of see how they kind of got away with it in the sense of 5 teleporting himself is different than 5 using a briefcase to teleport in time, which is what was happening before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that makes me think the best way to fix the timeline would be somehow 5 would actually have to get the calculations correct, and he would have to jump himself, or him and everyone
Oh.
would have to jump to 1960 or 1963, something
You
before
know
they
what?
ever interact with Raji, and then they have to jump forward to 2019, all using 5 and not a briefcase because the briefcase and 5's powers are similar but independent of each other because 5 can never create a loop of himself, but the briefcase can because it's independent of 5's powers.
Okay.
Does
I'm
that make sense?
Yeah,
Kinda?
it does make sense. They do seem to be independent of each other. Is
Yeah.
this really confusing? I just had
Yeah.
this idea that maybe
Mm-hmm.
they're on a different like universe, like not necessarily universe, but like a different realm, and that this is like
Possibly.
a whole different timeline. Like there's maybe splits on the timelines. Maybe that's how this time works. And this split was like kind
Yeah.
of a long time ago. The thing is that because the other 5 was sent to that other timeline, this 5 had to go to this timeline? Maybe? Something weird like that?
Well, possibly. But so here's what I'm thinking.
That would
So
be weird.
in theory, they could jump back to 2019. If they jump, no matter what, in theory, the apocalypse would have to happen, right?
Yes.
Because, so they jump to the day after the apocalypse, right?
Hmm.
If everything that happened, they're not fixing time in theory. They're just making sure that they're not looping themselves, in a sense. Because if they jump to the day after the apocalypse would still happen because of what season 1 happens. Because season 1, they jump back, they obviously set in the apocalypse and then jump back to 1963. Then,
Yeah.
like, the only way that they could do that would be killing themselves
Oh gosh.
in a sense. Like, the way that they would have to do that would they would have to jump to before the 2019 apocalypse,
Hmm.
fix that. Like in a sense, you would have to go with old man Five's plan. Jump forward in time, convince Vanya to not go psychotic, convince Luther to not keep her in a cage, and then she wouldn't set in Doomsday. But then the characters that we've been following would disappear from existence because then they would never have to jump back to 1960.
Oh my god.
So, yeah.
Yeah, this is a mess.
Yeah. Just imagine if we watched the show Dark.
Oh,
I heard that's a time-traveling universe paralleling show taking place in 3 different times.
interesting.
Yeah. So maybe Dark is the German version of Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I shouldn't say that they should explain like how they would need to fix the timeline like in the show. It's like this would have to happen. But like maybe the show creators or maybe executives or maybe even the actors will like have like a little video or maybe a podcast explaining the ending of episode 10 and kind of like what they would actually need to do to fix pretty much all of season 2.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh.
I think season 3 because so I was looking. So book 3 of this, the Umbrella Academy, book 3, Hotel Oblivion. That's what it's called because I was searching up. I am going to read what the little description says
Uh,
because we want. Oh wow! Wait, Gerard Way worked on Doom Patrol on Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
So it turns out, okay. So the Umbrella Academy Hotel Oblivion. Maybe Volume 3 is actually the second season. Possibly. So here's what it says. Now a few years after Hargreaves' death. Actually, no, because Hargreaves dies 14 days prior.
Hmm.
So actually, maybe Hotel Oblivion is jumped. His Umbrella Academy is scattered. Number 5 is a hired gun. Kraken is stalking big game. Kraken or Kraken, I'm not sure. That's Klaus. Rumor is
Kraken, I
obviously
think.
Kraken. Kraken is stalking big game. Rumor, obviously Allison, is dealing with the wreckage of her medicine. An outer shape space boy, which is Luther, runs the streets of Tokyo. Vanya continues her physical therapy after being shot in the head. No one wants to even talk about what seance. Oh wait, so maybe Kraken is Diego and seance is Klaus. So yeah, because
Um,
turns out
yes, that
in
is
the
the case.
first book, spoilers for the comic book, everyone. Um, in in the first one, instead of getting shot like next to the head, Bonnie gets shot in the head by Allison.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, because I'm trying to read. Interesting. Seems like the comics look very interesting. Yeah, so there's 3 comics, which I'm gonna guess are the 3 seasons. The first one is called Apocalypse Suite, and I think that is season 1.
Okay.
Season 2 is called Dallas, and I can read that if you want.
Dallas, sure.
Yes. The team is despondent following the near apocalypse created by one of their own and the death of their beloved mentor Pogo. So it's a great time for another catastrophic event to rouse the team into action. Trouble is, each member of the team is distracted by real problems of their own. The white violin, aka Vanya, is bedridden due to an unfortunate blow to the head. Rumor has lost her voice, source of her power. Space Boy has eaten himself into a near catatonic state, while number 5 dives into some shady dealings at the dog track, and Kraken starts looking at his littlest brother as the key to unraveling a mysterious series of massacres, all leading to the blood-drenched face-off with the maniacal assassins and the plot to kill JFK. So, it does seem like possibly season 2 was more or less kind of half of what this book is about and half of their own writing.
Oh, yeah. That would make sense. Just to
Which
separate.
possibly, yeah. Which I guess is good because it shows that these writers can actually carry themselves and they don't need a comic book, unlike seems like the writers for Game of Thrones, which is good because I think they did really well. So yeah, maybe season 3 isn't really similar to the comic books.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it is. But yeah. Like, personally for me, I don't really have any theories. Really. Except like for the Sparrow Academy.
Yeah.
But
I don't really have any
I
theories
guess
besides, the one I said.
maybe Lila coming back as
Oh.
well.
Oh yeah. She might join the team. Wait.
Possibly.
She's stuck in the other timeline though. Well, I mean, I guess it's not like she doesn't have access to a ton of teleporting devices.
Yeah. So, and I said Harlan still has power, so he could possibly be a season 3 villain, or he could be a new team member because, well, he'd be about 60. No, 70. He'd be about 70 in 2020.
I think it would make sense that they would meet them again. Like, I feel like Vanya might, like, maybe things will be chill. Maybe they'll be like, all right, sure, there's a Sparrow Academy, but let's just ignore that because the world's okay. And she'll be like, okay, all's chill, and go out to see Harlan and his ma. I don't remember her name.
Sissy.
Sissy, yes, Sissy.
Yes.
Oh, Sissy.
Wait, so do you have anything else to say?
I do not know.
No. Okay. Well, that was our review for The Umbrella Academy Season 2. Next week, we will be watching the show How to Sell Drugs Fast, I think, online, I think is the full title, Season 1. As well as we have made some changes, and instead of every week there will be a movie, it is going to be every other week. So not this week, but next week there will be a movie review on Saturday for the movie Horse Girl, which I think was already said in our last podcast, but we didn't say that. So, I am your co-host Ryan.
And I'm your other co-host Addison.
This is the end of our podcast, and we will see you next week. Peace.